Ooh, E? You didn't expect your ex-girlfriend to do that, did you? Wow, that's nasty. Here's a problem. This isn't how you spell expect, and this isn't how you spell ex-girlfriend, but this is how you pronounce it. So today's lesson is on pronunciation. How to pronounce the EX in English. It seems easy, X here. But really what happens is when the X comes in certain, how do I explain? I'll do it this way. English is what we call a stress-time language. And what that means is we stress certain parts of our language. So we make some parts of the language stronger than others. You might think, why is this important? Well, most other languages are syllable stressed. And a syllable is basically a vowel sound with some consonants, and the words are joined this way, okay? But in English, we don't really care about the sound of the syllable as much as we do the stress on the words. And because of that, when we do stress, it helps us figure out what is a verb, what is a noun, what is an adverb, and what is an adjective. And what we call functions, like prepositions and pronouns. We can tell the difference by the stress on the words. Easy? Good. So this is why I have to mention this, because that will explain why these things change. The stress in English depends on where we say the X is depending on the sound it makes. Remember what I said, stress in English tells us if it's a thing or a verb or a describer, an adjective or an adverb, or a function. And we have this here to help us figure out which one is which. There are a couple of rules I'm going to give you in a second or two, and we're going to go to the board and look at that. But one thing I'm going to say now and at the end is, please remember that English is a global language, and not all the English in England is the same as in Canada, or the same as America or Australia. So some of the words you'll go, well, we say it like this. I'm like, yeah, you do, but we say it like this. It doesn't make it wrong, it's just to remember, and that's why I usually say I make 80% rules. 80% of the time, nobody cares, because it's basically right, okay? So those of you with your books going, oh, well, I read the Merriam Dictionary and it said this. You're right, you got me, so what, okay? Because the other dictionary says something else, all right? So this is to basically help you understand that this is how you can understand what we're doing. You don't have to be perfect, but you can understand what we're saying and copy it, and to help make it easier for you to learn these things. You ready? Let's go to the board. Boom. I'm a new X-Man. Mr. Disappear. I see X-Man. Get it? I'm new. Anyway, let's go to the board, all right? So, to help us figure out whether it's X, X, or eggs, I'm going to give you a couple of, 3 little grammar rules that are quick that you could follow that will be helpful to you. Now, number 1. If the first syllable, that's why I made it number 1, because I'm smart like that, is stressed, or, please remember this part, it's very important, or if it's followed by a consonant, we're going to see X, okay? So you got your X plus con. So in the first 2 cases, we have extreme and expand, okay? So we're looking at, there's a consonant here, all right? And, we're not talking about the stress in the syllable here, we're just talking about the fact there's a consonant following. Cool? All right. But if we look at excellent, we do say this is excellent work. We say the X first, similar to X-Men, where we really put the stress on the first part. So the first syllable is stressed. So you have excellent work, but nothing to the extreme, right? See how the second one's stressed, but we're saying really what we care about is there's a consonant following the X. Good? All right, that's the first one. Now let's look at the second one. See, smart guy again. Second syllable, number 2. I work at this. I'm a professional, don't try this at home. Okay? The second syllable is stressed. So we look at expect, exclude, and external. All right? And because of that, that here, we say the second syllable, it becomes X. Expect, exclude, and external. Right? We don't go external, it's external. It's an external thing. It's exclude, he's excluded, right? And what do you expect? Not expect, what do you expect? Once again, depending on the region, people will actually say, I expect, and they really emphasize that X. These are just general guidelines, all right? The third one, I like this one, it's my favorite one, it's the easiest one. it starts with X. If the X is followed by a vowel, so you just have to look for I, A, E, O, you know, the vowels. I, A, E, O, U, something like that, I think. Yeah, I think so, 5. Okay, we say eggs. Now, most texts will say eggs, E-G-S, Z. I like eggs because I have it with my bacon. And I like Mr. E popping out of his egg. See, baby E came from that, came from an egg. So you look at exit, exam, exactly. Funny enough, most of us English speakers never think we say eggs, but we know we don't say exact. We say exactly, exactly. Funny story. I went down to Mexico and I thought this guy was talking to this Spanish man who could speak perfect English because our plane wasn't leaving. And I was explaining it in my poor Spanish. And he would go, exactly, exactly, exactly. Wow, you speak English? He goes, no, señor, no. He didn't speak English, but he learned that one word, and it sounded like so much English to me, I thought, exactly, he speaks English. But he didn't. Anyway, it's been a quick lesson. I hope this helped you out. All right? We talked and touched on a couple of things, so I want to make sure you understood. English is a stress time, not a syllable time. And because of that, the stress is important. And that's going to help you when you're dealing with the letter X. Okay? It'll also help with other things that we do in English. But here, something for you to remember. There are 3 sounds for X. There's X as in X-Men, ich as in expect, and eggs as in exact. Okay? And how you can know which one to use, or when you're reading, which this will really help, when you want to speak, and say the words you're reading, follow the rules. First syllable stressed, or followed by a consonant, X. Second syllable stressed, then it's X. And if it's followed by a vowel, it's X, like X-Men, baby. Okay? Listen, it's been fun. Have a great day, but before you go, we're going to go to my favorite place, which is www. as in ing, as E as in English, vid as in video.com. Don't forget to subscribe, but you can get this lesson and other lessons on pronunciation, grammar, phrasal verbs, and blah, 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 blah. Looking forward to seeing you there. It's been an exciting time. Talk to you in a bit.